I know I'm everybody's type, and I know I'm what everybody likes. Not everybody can say that they hit me, and if they did, then you know that they lie. I know I'm everybody's type. I know I'm what.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. But today's video is going to be a little like childhood like backstory, because I don't know, I was kind of like running out of videos to do because my life is pretty boring, and normally people do story times of like when I lost my virginity or the first time I got head and all that nonsense, but I'm not trying to do all that. So I was like, let me just tell stories about my childhood, because my childhood was traumatic and weird. So yeah, this is going to be the story time of the time I almost drowned. Well, this story takes place at this girl's house. I was best friends with her in about 3rd grade, and you know, she was like the typical like blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, and she like eventually became popular and stuff like that. But we were like best friends, and she was like, hey guys, like I'm having a pool party, you're all invited. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be so fun. But then like I was preparing for it, and I was like, what bathing suit am I gonna wear? And I'm pretty sure like I had my mom take me to like Walmart to buy a new bathing suit, because I had like a bunch of one pieces and everything, and they just like weren't cute. So I was like, I need a bikini for this party, you know, so I can look like the other girls and stuff like that. That's when I like didn't really care about like my body and stuff like that, because like our bodies like weren't even developed back then. But I was like, yeah, I need like a whole new bathing suit. I need like one of those cute little tote bags so I can carry my towel in there and stuff like that. And my mom was like, oh, okay. And I was like super excited, because like this is like the first birthday party that I've been invited to, because like we moved from New York when I was like 5 years old. So like 3rd grade is like the year that I actually had like a real best friend and everything. So it was like I went to her house and I showed up, and of course it's like a bunch of white girls, and I was the only black girl there. But you know, I didn't really notice it back then, but now it's like kind of processing it. And I don't know, I showed up, everyone was in their bikinis and everything, and she was like, oh my gosh, like so good that you came. And I was like so excited, because like she was like my best friend, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun and everything. And then what totally left my mind was that I can't swim. Tell me why I went to a pool party and I couldn't swim. I totally forgot that for some reason. And after we ate, we played a game how it's like she would throw a little bouncy ball, like it was literally this big. She would throw it into the deep end, and we would all like stand above the deep end, and we would have to jump in and get the ball, and like whoever got the ball first got a prize or something. So I'm like just standing there, everyone's like has their little goggles on waiting to jump in and stuff, and I'm standing there, I'm like, I don't know how to swim though, like do I have to play this? But she was like, yeah, you have to play, because back then I didn't even tell any of those little girls that I couldn't swim. Like of course, like I don't even think her parents knew or anything like that. And it was just kind of awkward, because I didn't want to be like the odd one out. I didn't want to be like sitting off to the side and be like, yeah, I can't swim, you know, this is awkward, because then they would be like, why'd you come to a pool party if you can't swim? So I was like, you know what, might as well like fake it till you make it and stuff like that. So it came time to play, and all the girls were lined up on the deep end, like some of them had goggles and stuff like that, but she ran out of goggles, so I didn't have any. So I'm just standing there like, yo, I'm gonna have to like dive in there for real and like pretend to look for the ball, and then like swim to the shallow end so I don't fucking drown. She blew like a whistle thing, and literally all the girls like they held their noses, and then they dived in the deep end, and like I think I was the last one to dive in. I literally just jumped in. I didn't know like how to jump in, didn't know how to hold my breath or anything. I just remember like got like a tiny bit of air before I hit the water. And I remember like as soon as I went in, I remember like my eyes were closed, because I know there's like chlorine in the pool, and I wasn't trying to like get in there like that. So I remember the first thing I jumped in, my eyes were closed. I instantly had like a panic attack, because my feet obviously couldn't touch the bottom, and I felt people like moving around me, because all those girls were trying to like look for the bouncy ball or whatever. And I like I instantly started splashing and everything, and I was like, yo, what the heck am I gonna do now? So I like instantly started like trying to pedal, and like I was like, first I had to come up for air though, so that's what I did. And then but I kept like sinking down because my feet couldn't touch the floor. So I just remember like whenever I would float up to the top, I would like open my eyes for a second, and then I would like see like where the shallow end was. So I tried like swimming all the way to the shallow end, which was stupid because I literally could have just went to the side and found like one of those little bar things to hold on to. But I literally tried swimming all the way down to the shallow end, and I was like panicking and everything like that, and literally no one noticed because they were all trying to look for the bouncy ball. Like they were all screaming and stuff. All the parents were like sitting on the little deck, and they were like eating food and having drinks and stuff and just talking, and I'm there literally struggling for my life trying to swim to the shallow end. And it was super awkward because no one was noticing. And then I remember like I was literally almost there, and I was like, this is where I give up, because like my arms were tired and everything, and I was like literally like flailing around in the water. And then I think her little sister came up to me and she was like, you need help? And I was like, and then she like literally dragged me over to the shallow end, like this little girl. Like keep in mind I had to be like what, like 12 or something, and she was like 12. She was like probably 9, I think. And so she was like dragging me over to the shallow end because she saw me. She was like the only one that saw me freaking out. And then she was like, oh, there you go. And I was like, thanks. And she was like, I thought you could swim. And I was like, no. And then so she's like, don't worry, I won't tell anybody. And I was like, oh, she's so cute. And like literally she like stuck with me the whole time we were there, because it was like literally after that time that we jumped in, there was more rounds of the ball game, and I still was being stupid and I didn't tell anyone that I couldn't swim. So like we still had to jump in about like 2 more times because for like the other rounds and stuff, and my stupid behind was like, let me just keep jumping in and drowning and stuff like that. So I remember like the second time we jumped in, she was like, oh, I'll hold your hand, I'll like hold you, like pull you to the top and pull you to the side of the pool and stuff like that. So it was like I jumped in again, but this time I knew how to like hold my breath and stuff. And then like I floated to the top, and then she like dragged me to the side of the pool, and then like I had to like hold on to the sides the whole time and try to like get out of the pool. You know, I could have said something. So like that's when I realized like I literally don't tell people stuff. Like I literally wouldn't tell people if I was dying. Like I could be in a car crash and stuff like that, and I wouldn't even bother like saying anything. I could be like dying in my room, like suffocating or something like that, and I literally wouldn't scream for help because like I got anxiety and stuff like that. But that was the story time. If you guys want some more traumatic childhood story times, let me know in the comments and stuff like that. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.